Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to this session of Bhakti Jnana course of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So today we'll be looking at chapter 7, knowledge of the Absolute. So let's have a recap of the previous chapters. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so the first 6 chapters of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, let's have an overview of it. So one basic common problem that we all face, including Arjuna, is the misidentification of the soul with the body. So we consider ourselves like the body, but not the soul. So
We can't hear you, Karuna. Can anybody hear Karuna?
No problem.
No problem.
Okay. Karuna, we have lost you. Let me just pause this.
so where did we reach, Prabhuji?
The first line, you can just, you can start from that.
Okay. So the basic problem that we face is because of this misidentification that we are the body and not the soul. So now, as spiritual beings having a human experience, but currently we are behaving like human having a spiritual experience. Hence the reasons for all our trials and tribulations. So it's very difficult because of this type of life that we are having. Instead of having a spiritual life, we're having material life. So this is very difficult to really make a balance in it. So this can be addressed only by reviving our original consciousness, that is Krishna consciousness, which can be re-established by finding our connection with the Lord. So very important to establish this connection with the Lord and start our spiritual life. Hence the reasons for various yoga systems. Yoga means to connect with God. So Arjuna's problem was whether to act or renounce. Action means can't be renounced, and if renounced, then no material action. So what should be done? Should we act or should we renounce? So this is quite tough at times. What should we do? Should we just leave everything and renounce everything and go to the forest? Or so it's not possible in this life really to just renounce everything. So Krishna gave him another option: action with renunciation. So Arjuna kept questioning in the 3rd and 5th chapter until finally dropped his arrow in the 6th chapter. So,
Prabhuji,
Yes.
is action with renunciation? Does it mean action in inaction?
Yeah.
Isn't
Good.
it?
Good.
Yeah.
Well done, Nanivan. I think so. That sounds right. Sounds right.
Okay.
Very good.
I'm trying hard to understand that.
Yeah, no, makes a lot of sense. Karuna, that makes sense, right?
yes, Mataji.
Yeah, very good.
It's more that we renounce the fruity results. We don't expect any results. We don't we are not attached to whatever fruity results or the consequences of our actions. So we are acting, but with renunciation, we are not attached to whatever benefits we're having for whatever actions we are doing. Okay, so now a short overview of the first 6 chapters. In chapter 1, Krishna, who is the main person, Arjuna didn't want to fight, so it was his weakness of heart. In chapter 2, Arjuna asked Lord Krishna for help, who revealed his identity as a soul, his duties, and the nature of the person who does his duty. In chapter 3, Krishna explains how one can do his duty without attachment to the fruits, and thus set an example to the world and avoid sinful acts less. In chapter 4, Krishna explains how transcendental knowledge is passed down, his own mission on earth, different types of action, and importance of acquiring knowledge. In chapter 5, Krishna further explains karma yoga in practice and the effect on the practitioner equal vision. In chapter 6, Krishna explains about the mind and the challenges of Ashtanga Yoga and how to control the mind, as well as what happens to the unsuccessful yogi.
I think you need to correct in chapter 3. The word is, you have written with, it should be without.
Yeah, he should be.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
So it's a summary of chapter 7, beginning of the middle section of the Gita, which focuses bhakti. Let's just highlight this, otherwise we are going to miss some words. Yeah. So, Karma Yoga essentially is when we employ our senses to connect with God. Ashtanga Dhyana Yoga is when we connect the mind, contemplative mood to God. Jnana Yoga is when we connect our intelligence with what is truth, illusion to God.
I didn't understand the second one, Mataji. Sorry, can you explain it again?
Sorry, Mataji, can you ask your question again?
Yeah, you know, the second one, I didn't understand. It wasn't very clear. Sorry, if you don't mind explaining it again.
Ashtanga Yoga.
Yes, thank you. So,
oh, Prabhu, can you help?
Yes, of course. What we're trying to do with these 4 yoga systems is understand what elements of us are involved in becoming purified through the yoga systems. Karma yoga deals with the senses, i.e. the tongue and the hands and the legs and all that. What Ashtanga yoga is, you're trying to control the mind through Ashtanga yoga. So Karma yoga, you're trying to control the senses. Ashtanga yoga, you're trying to control the mind, which is the 6th sense, and it controls the other senses. And then Gyan yoga, you're trying to use your intelligence, the soul is trying to control the intelligence, which controls the mind. And Bhakti yoga is something that is going to control all of those elements. So this is what we're trying to show here is Bhakti yoga is all-encompassing, and Ashtanga yoga, where the yogi who does Ashtanga yoga will simply try to control his mind, because Ashtanga yoga, Krishna explains, you have to sit in a certain posture, don't eat too much, don't eat too little. It's all controlled by the strength of the mind, and you're trying to control the mind. So that's what Ashtanga yoga is. You're trying to control the mind. Is that okay, Shyam-Malini?
yes, Prabhu. So by doing that, then you control all the senses as well.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
But
Yes.
you said it's we don't do that, do we?
No, because in this age it's hard anyway. But because of bhakti yoga, where we are actually engaging our senses, our mind, intelligence, serving God, automatically in bhakti yoga, you are engaged in Gyan Yoga, you engage in Ashtanga Yoga automatically, because we are using the mind to serve the Lord, the intelligence to serve the Lord, the senses to serve the Lord. So Bhakti Yoga is fantastic for us, because we don't have to do any Ashtanga Yoga, Gyan Yoga independently.
Yeah, that's clear, Prabhu. Thank you very much.
Thank you for asking. Thank you.
Thank
So,
you,
when,
Prabhu,
so
for
Prabhuji,
clarification. Yes, Mataji.
yeah. So when we control mind and intelligence, connect to the Krishna, it helps in controlling our senses, isn't it?
Oh, yes, 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 absolutely.
That's how we get our
Yeah.
connection established.
So if you control the mind, senses are under control. If you control the intelligence, then that will control the mind and the senses. Correct.
Because mind is the reins in that figure with the horse with the messenger,
Yes,
isn't it?
exactly right.
Mind controls the senses. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Very good.
Thank you, Prabhu, for this clarification.
No, thank you. Thank you.
So in chapter 7, we're going to look also at where Krishna begins to describe himself, where to find him in our world, how to cross beyond this world, the effect of worshipping others. So the themes are hearing, the first and most important process of bhakti, attentively about the Supreme Lord. Krishna gives a sense of where he is present in the material world. Everything rests in him, just as the string that holds together the pearls in a necklace. Then we are going to see the types of people who approach him and those who don't approach him. The worship of the Devatas, the demigods, compared to the worship of the Supreme Lord. So these will be the different topics in this chapter 7. Okay, so let's move to the recitation. Puja Mataji, would you like to read the English translation?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you.
Riyansh, would you do the Sanskrit one?
Oh, he's not there.
No,
You lost him. You lost him, yeah.
Okay, I do the Sanskrit. So chapter 7, text 1. Shri Bhagavana Uvacha Maya Sakta Mana Partha Yogam Yunjan Vatashraya Asamshayam Samagram Mam Yatha Gyasyasi Tach Shrinu.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, now hear, O son of Pritha, how by practicing yoga in full consciousness of me, with mind attached to me, you can know me in full, free of doubt.
Text 2. Jnanam te ham savijnanam idam vakshyami asheshatah yaj gyatva niha bhuyo yaj gyatavyam avashishyate.
I shall now declare unto you in full this knowledge, both phenomenal and numinous. This being known, nothing further shall remain for you to know. Haven't we done this, Prabhuji? Prabhuji?
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
I thought we did some part
Oh,
of the...
we have.
Okay. It's okay. No, I have no problem revising. No worries.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was thinking the same. It's always good to.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, I didn't get that
Oh, have I not published it?
on
Maybe I
YouTube.
haven't.
I didn't get it anything, so I thought that
I haven't
you haven't
published
done
it.
it.
No, you
No.
carry on, carry on.
No,
It's
it's
good. It's good.
Okay. Text 3. Manushyanam sahasresu kaschid yatati siddhaye yata tamapi siddhanam kaschin mam veti tatvataha.
out of many thousands among men, one may endeavor for perfection. And of those who have achieved perfection, hardly one knows me in truth.
Okay. So go to the summary and the lesson.
Oh no, I have published it. I did it on maybe you didn't see it. I did it on Saturday. But this chapter is so important. So don't worry.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so summary of verses 1 to 3. Krishna wants us to know him, although it is so difficult that hardly anyone knows him. However, through the practice of Bhakti Yoga, the Lord says that we can indeed know him in full by hearing about him. So lesson 28. Engaging in the 9 processes of Bhakti Yoga will take us closer to Krishna. And the first is hearing, the most important.
Mm.
So this is the first thing that we should do in our spiritual life is hearing about Krishna's activities, hearing bhajans, doing our mantras, doing japa, hearing. So very, very important to concentrate on this hearing. Yeah. Any comments?
I think we were discussing how hearing is the beginning of the process. And then Nanivan asked the question about reading. Where does reading fit into this? Because reading doesn't come as one of the 9 processes, but it's sort of there as a subtle form of hearing. So when we read, we also, if we're attentive, we're hearing ourselves. So reading scriptures is also very, very important.
Shall I go through all these, Prabhu?
Don't need to. We did that a couple of days ago, so yeah.
Okay. So we move to verse 4.
Yeah.
Shamalini, would you like to read the English translation?
Yes, yes.
Text 4. Bhumirapo nalo vayu khammano buddhireva cha ahankara iti yamme bhinna prakritil ashtadha.
Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego. All together, these 8 constitute my separated material energies.
Text 5. Apareyam itaswanyam prakritim vidhi me param jiva bhutam mahabhaho yayedam dharyate jagat.
Besides these, O mighty Arjun, there is another superior energy of mine which comprises the living entities who are exploiting the resources of this material inferior nature.
Text 6. Etad yonini bhutani sarvanani tyupadharaya aham krishnasya jagata prabhava pralayasthatha.
All created beings have their source in these two natures. Of all that is material and all that is spiritual in this world, know for certain that I am both the origin and the dissolution.
Text 7. Mattha parataram nanyat kinchit asti dhananjaya mayi sarvam idam protam sutre manigana iva.
O conqueror of wealth, there is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread.
Text 8. Rasoham apsu kaunteya prabhasmi shashi suryayo pranava sarva vedeshu shabdakhe paurusham nrishu.
I am the taste of water, the light of the sun and the moon, the syllable Om in the Vedic mantras. I am the sound in ether and ability in men.
Text 9. Punyo gandha prithivyam cha tejas chashmi vibhavasau jivanam sarva bhuteshu tapaschashmi tapasvishu.
I am the original fragrance of the earth, and I am the heat in fire. I am the life of all that lives, and I am the penances of all ascetics.
Text 10. Bijam mam sarva bhutanam vidhi partha sanatanam buddhir buddhi matam asmi tejas tejas vinamaham.
O son of Pritha, know that I am the original seed of all existences, the intelligence of the intelligent, and the prowess of all powerful men.
Text 11. Balam balavatam chaham kamaraga vivarjitam dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamo asmi bharatarshava.
I am the strength of the strong, devoid of passion and desire. I am sex life, which is not contrary to religious principles. O Lord of the Bharatas, Arjuna.
Text 12. Ye chaiva sadvika bhava rajasastamasascha ye matta eveti tan vidhi na tvaham teshu te mai.
That all states of being, be they of goodness, passion, or ignorance, are manifested by my energy. I am, in one sense, everything, but I am independent. I am not under the moods of material nature, for they, on the contrary, are within me.
Thank you. So we look at the lessons now. So the summary of verses 4 to 12. In answer to the common challenge, can you show me God? Krishna cites the analogy of pearls strung on a thread. The pearls are perfectly strung and arranged as a necklace, while the thread remains completely invisible. Similarly, God designs, creates, and sustains the entire universe. Yet, Because of his humility, he remains invisible to the immature observer. The extreme intricacy and sophistication of the creation, however, naturally indicates the presence of higher intelligence. Krishna further explains how he is the essence of everything within the creation, the taste of water, the light of the sun, the ability in man. In this way, through the eyes of knowledge, one can learn to see God everywhere. So lesson 29. Every time we drink water, say Raso Aham Apsu. I am the taste in water. That way we will be reminded of Krishna doing ordinary acting. In fact, it's not ordinary at all. Krishna is everywhere. So we just have to think of the presence of Krishna everywhere, so that we will be connected to him each moment of our life.
Mm.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true.
Prabhuji,
Hmm.
if you can go to verse 5, text 5 rather, verse 5, okay. When it says about both the energies, superior and inferior,
Mm.
it says here that in superior energy of the mind, which comprises the living entities who are exploiting, etc. I thought that as the living entities, we fall into the marginal energy.
Correct. But that's superior to the material energy. So
Okay. It's not
that's what it means. Yeah, yeah. We are superior, but because we are tiny, we can become controlled by material nature, which is external and inferior. But because we are tiny and we've moved away from the shelter of God, even though we are superior energy, the inferior energy controls us in this current state of consciousness.
yes, it's superior to the material energy, isn't it?
Exactly.
Not superior as such.
No, and not as such, only compared to the material energy.
Okay.
That's correct. Yeah.
Sometimes all this classification is quite confusing.
It can be very confusing. That's very true. That's very true. But your analysis is correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Any other question? So Prabhuji, shall we stop here and continue tomorrow?
Yes, we can. Yes, yes, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, crikey, time flies. Huh? Okay. Very good.
Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki
Yeah.
jai.
Thank you.